Puerca. What up? Bienvenido. Welcome. See los congas coming at you from a location, getting ready to play out here at the Omni Hotel with the Gary Williams Band. I've been just waiting for the staging to be done. Anyway, I'm here at the golf course. Yeah, I gotta get my game on. It's a beautiful golf course back here. We're in Champion Gates, the Omni Hotel, and we're getting ready, just waiting for the stage to be prepped and done so we can get up on there. Let me turn this camera around. You can see what I'm looking. They're doing a lot of constructions out there, but this is the golf course. Beautiful, wonderful golf course and stuff like that. Well, I'm here. Just wanted to kill a little bit of time. I'm gonna try to get out of this heat, the sun. But I want to have a conversation about Starseed, and I don't want anybody to mistake anything of what I have said. Everything I said still stand valid at this time. I'm not looking at Starseed as anything that's coming from out there in the cosmos. It's here. Starseed. There's a compound word that we need to break up. And you see what star is? A luminous body. And seed means to ground, or something that's grown from the ground. So wherever you at, Starseed, wherever you find yourself at, whatever planet, whatever, as long as you're grounding yourself, you're an astral body, grounding yourself into this physical, this earth, or to any ground, right? And yes, Starseed are grown. Starseed are sort of like contributing to humanity in a positive way and helping humanity, helping in any field that they're in. Either it's music, art, conversations, poetry, whatever field in the arts you're in that's helping humanity reach that higher frequency and that higher level. That's what the purpose is. You know what I'm saying? So everybody are star. We all are Starseed. Some of us has just lost our energy, luminous self, a higher self, and we have gone down because of the different conditions. Remember, a seed is planted, and the best seed that grows for Starseed are in conditions that are conducive for it to grow. So it deals a lot with the conditions around you and what condition you're placed in, right? And how you, again, transcendent that particular environment, okay? So I don't want anybody to get it mistaken. Shout out to my brother Manuel, Victor Velez. Shout out to all the people out there. Remember, I said, Starseed is a compound word. And you got to look up the word. Remember, it's about definition and explanation for me. You can tell me anything you want to tell me, but if I have to know how you are defining this compound word, what's the definitions? And then if you could break it up to star and seed. See? And you combine those two words. So you got star seed, right? Later on, what I'll do is I'll put out the definitions on here. You will see the definitions, you will see the explanations, and we'll put it together as to, this is from my perspective, from this perspective of using the language, the English language, and how it's how it's used to explain certain things. So we have a lot of shout out to all those artists, individuals, musicians that are, again, vibing in that frequencies as to expand their heart and create that beautiful environment. And I know in the past there has been artists that have created very detrimental environments, conditions. That's a fact. Not all artists and all musicians are resonating on that high frequency. You know what I'm saying? So, and you could not, and also, to be more straight, even if you're just the person walking the street, an average person who has the affinity for art, because as humanity we should have that affinity for any type of art. But if you're a person who not, who doesn't harness that type of skills like art or music or anything like that, and you're just a person that have a very strong high frequency value to you, people love when you're around. A lot of people that are awakened star seeds and that are really, really impacted by that, who walk in the room and everything is joyful. They bring this joy into the room. Joy. That's what I noticed. You know what I'm saying? No one can negate that. That every time you see a person bringing this in the room, this sense of, some of them are mystical, yes, but some of them you see there's a joy, a joy that they bring in, and that's very, 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 very important to me and truth to me. So yes, it's not that Starseed are people that are aliens or extraterrestrial. Well, extraterrestrial, we all are extraterrestrial. When you look up the word, these are compound words. Extraterrestrial, that's a compound words. So you got to break that word up and look at each one and define it and explain each one of those words within that compound. And then you get to see that, man, we are all, in that case, we are all extraterrestrial if our luminous body, ourself, it is resonating and expanding. That's the fifth dimension. When you expand, contract, when expanding around us. And you see it all the time for some musicians. If you're on, like, for instance, I could take this, when I'm on stage and I'm playing and I'm so into it, I'm so into my percussion that it resonates with people around me. They're having a good time. They're smiling. They're like, yeah, oh man, they smile, having a good time for that moment. And they digging the artwork. They digging the rhythm that's going on out of that congas or bongo or whatever instrument I'm playing. They digging that. As a band, the same thing. It's because that's expanding our art and expanding to reach the frequency of the audience. The audience, the ones that are hearing. And with that high frequency, with the right messages also. So that's very important to me. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you could, I love my brothers and stuff like that, but yeah, you can, voice your perspective and things like that. But and me, I can voice my perspective, but it's always more than that. You know what I'm saying? I think like that. I can say things in my perspective, but it's more than that, because we all carry a certain perspective and expression. I just like to deal with the linguistics of things and etymology and linguistics. I like to break down and I say, okay, this is a compound word. Let me break it down. Let me make sense out of it, because we're utilizing this language. And a lot of times we cannot explain certain things in the English language. We got to use a lot of words just to explain one little concept that another culture, ancient culture, could just explain it by one word, one tone. But we have to use a multiple of tones in order to really, really describe what we're talking about. So that's a lot of times we get into a little at odds with each other, but it's not that anything different. It's just that, again, paradoxical thinking. Yes, you're right, and I'm right. Two people could be right at the same time. No one has to. There's not have to be a person that's wrong or right. And it's not a question of being right or wrong. It's a question, again, of defining and explaining yourself properly, right? So as to help you and those around your family reach that higher frequency. So when they have questions and they're on that quest, you can give them your answer, your perspective, as to see, well, this helped me out in my perception, and helped me out in my reasoning about this particular subject that you want to speak about. So in terms of Starseed, right, that's why I started with the earth magnetic field, and that comes to seeding, right? And I spoke about inheritance on a physical level, inheritance. That helps raise the frequency of your genetic family. Yes, even though it's monetary, but it stabilizes your family. It stabilizes your conditions. You know what I'm saying? So that's something that we got to come think about. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, well, Gary Amigos over here, and we're just waiting for the station. You good? Say hi to the people there real quickly. There you go, sir. That's Gary Williams. We getting ready to bring it. Again, we getting ready to bring some high frequency to this place. You know what I'm saying? We're just getting ready to do our thing. And so that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? So look out for my next podcast. What I want to do is finish up the Earth magnetic field, speak about certain things, how you, in many different religion and many different spirituality, there's keys in there, right? And then, again, the reciprocal will be the stars. So now you got the Starseed, totally balanced individuals, a luminous primordial beings, a luminous, right, that can see themselves in many different venues, right? And many different venues, okay? Anyway, with all that said, man, I bid you all later. Gonna probably record the band when we are playing live. I'm gonna record the Gary Williams band, okay? With all that said, saludos. Peace.